Man, I really can't catch a break today, as if it wasn't worse enough for yesterday, when I discussed a controversy between an indie dev's game getting removed over an image of a woman's backside. It's not like it's up close and personal or anything, or nude. She was just wearing a one-piece bikini, and she was a bit distanced from that image, and that was all it took for that game to be removed. Well, for this video in particular, I've got some good news. For once, his game and page got reinstated after the backlash and hypocrisy that Steam have faced. Remember, based on their rules claimed by this one Karen, that an image on a woman's behind is indeed sexual in nature, regardless of what she's wearing. They have no problem wanting to do that in one of their games. Savvy made a tweet not only calling them out for what they've done, but showing how hypocritical they really are, because in Half-Life 2, you can see Alex Vance showing her backside on one of the Steam page images. I regret to inform Steam and Valve Software, Half-Life 2 violates their own rule for promo material, and this must be reflected now. After all, if the indie developers, Aftermath Z's game, is not allowed to have a backside of a woman shown, then no game can. Steam itself said the backside of a woman is considered sexual regardless of what she's wearing, so I am extremely disappointed to see this fully clothed backside used in a promo material. Please follow your own rules. Smile. Malicious compliance never tasted so sweet. That is actually insane. So it's only okay if they do it. It's rules for thee, but not for me. But the moment that an indie game developer does it, then it's considered to be sexual in nature. And I remember saying on my previous video that there's going to be some double standards going on when it comes down to this specific rule. And well, I've done some digging into their store, and I found a few good games that violates that specific rule. So without further ado,
let's get this show on the road!
So the first one is the Tomb Raider Remastered, and as you can see, Lara Croft showing off her booty shorts, covering it up at the same time with her guns. Regardless of that, it follows against the rule. And then another Tomb Remastered. As you can see, Lara Croft showing off her behind again. Silent LF, you can clearly see her backside, and therefore, regardless of what she's wearing, it is against the rules. Moving on, Wuthering Waves. From this background here, you can see her backside, despite her flying. It does count in a way, regardless of what she's wearing. Again, One's Human, same thing. Despite her wearing jeans, it's still against the rules. Killing Floor 2, even the Siren, regardless with what she's wearing, regardless with what she looks like, that's going against the rules. So now all those other games are gonna have to go too. Even Killing Floor 2 that I used to do needs to go too. What a shame. And the Killing Antidote, same thing. You can clearly see that she's turning her back, regardless of what she's wearing. Tormented Souls 2, turned her back, same thing. Nova, two women turning their backs, shooting at another woman. Same thing. Despite them wearing dresses, it still goes against the rule. Marvel Rivals. I have two images of that, by the way. Same thing. PUBG, the one with leather boots from behind. Pretty obvious that that's a woman. Apex Legends. Same thing. Cyberpunk 2077. Woman riding the bike, showing her behind like that. Diablo 4. The Archer with the red clothing, showing off her backside from a mere distance. That still counts. The Division 2. The one in the middle is clearly a woman. My Hero Ultra Rumble. It's pretty obvious at that point. You can see it for yourself. Same thing with Fellowship. Three women facing their backsides. And Expedition 33, showing her behind, despite it, the effects kind of blocking it. Still counts regardless. 1000 X Resist. Third person view. Same thing. It counts, technically, since based off, regardless of what she's wearing. Again, Blue Protocol, same thing. Star Wars Outlaws, you can clearly see her behind. Elder Scrolls Online, DC Universe Online, despite her wearing a cape covering her backside, it still counts. Resident Evil Revelations 2, you can still clearly see her backside from that angle. Resident Evil Revelations, not even the first image, and you can immediately see her backside. Resident Evil 0, despite Rebecca wearing a medic pack on her ass, you can still see it. Bright Memory Infinite, you can see her backside regardless of what she's wearing. Bright Memory, same thing with there. Despite her wearing jeans, it still falls against the rules. Crush, same thing. Action Tainment, I definitely butchered it, but I don't care. Same thing. You can clearly see it from a distance. And Wicked Island, which this game is, yikes. I'm not a fan of this game when I first looked into that. You can clearly see her backside. Lollipop, Chainsaw Repop, you can see her backside. Dead by Daylight, you can clearly see Yoonjin's tight miniskirt ass from a distance. Now Dead by Daylight has to go. Even Rainbow Six Siege, with one of the operators setting up the charges. You can clearly see that. And that's all the screenshots I have to basically prove the point that, yeah, if they're willing to take that down, then they need to take those down as well. Because based on that one rule that Karen made up, an image of a woman's behind is indeed sexual nature regardless of what she's wearing. Look, I already know that they've finally reverted their decision on banning this guy's game. It still needs to be called out regardless because, again, this isn't their first time censoring games like that before. Even way before the whole payment processing controversy happened, they've done the same thing with Order Us. And based on their, quote, personal judgment, they immediately assumed that one of those characters looked like a cupcake and was wrong. The Order Us developer made it very clear that the character was 19 years old and was trying to make the character have a realistic body type similar to women her age. And back in 2018, they were threatening to remove adult games from the Steam store. Payment processors had nothing to do with that back then. That was on their own volition. And it's also crazy that there are people willing to defend this behavior too. Defending billion-dollar corporations that clearly don't care about you. I will never understand it. Let's just say if it is true that Red Lake ended up getting taken down because of the payment processors. Why didn't that Karen mention that for a fact that it wasn't her call and it was the payment processors that made it clear? They didn't mention anything about that. It's pretty clear that that one Karen that infiltrated the Valve headquarters had a problem with that specific Steam page image. Just to follow up, the page might not be up for up to 5 days. This is due to having to resubmit, but they have assured us it will go through. This is a technical issue rather than a restriction. We shall see. We have asked for clarity on what the rules actually are. Are 18+ game pages censored now, or was this false information? Was it 2 rogue employees? Will this happen again? Is the statement about Behind's regards of clothes being sexual Steam's actual belief? We will keep you posted. Yes, there's still a whole lot of questions that do need to be answered. I'm not usually a betting man, but I'm betting just this once that it is definitely rogue Karens behind the Steam headquarters that did it. And if I am somehow wrong, then I will own up to it, goddammit. There is no way this time that it could be payment processors. Well, till then, we'll have to wait and see. Well, that's gonna do it for this video. Don't really want it to be too long. I just wanted to get to the point and get it over with. That overall in conclusion, yes, the Red Lake developer has won the war against censorship and was not allowing himself to bend the knee. And since he already won and everything, I felt like I needed to compare and show you just how hypocritical and double standard that their rules really are when it comes down to showing a woman's behind on an image. So with that said, if you've watched till the end, I really appreciate you. If you could leave a like, it would really help me out a lot, and it would show that you really support what I do. And with that said, I will see you guys next time.